So, welcome back to Financial Fix with Charnella. Today, I'd like to talk about a couple of articles that I've read recently. And one of the articles by the um, Entrepreneur Daily Newsletter. They talk about the growing wealth of baby boomers. And the baby boomers generation is 60 and over. And so you have a lot of baby boomers right now that are doing very well financially. And there are very specific reasons why. In this article titled Baby Boomers Over 75 Are Getting Richer, Causing a Massive Wealth Divide. Okay, so why are baby boomers getting wealthier while millennials are clearly not being able to keep up with that wealth? They're actually finding it very difficult to acquire wealth. Well, some of the key reasons why baby boomers, some of them are doing so well, is because they've made some really good investments, maybe stock options, stock investments. But more than that, they bought real estate. And they bought real estate decades ago. Decades ago, real estate was far more affordable than it is today. Since the late 60s, the cost of real estate has increased by 1,000%. A home that cost $100,000 in the late 60s today would cost about $1.1 million. So, all of those baby boomers who made good decisions to purchase real estate in areas where there was massive growth, they earned hundreds of thousands of dollars through the growing value of their real estate. So if they bought a house back then, probably for maybe $20,000, $30,000, decades later, once they're in retirement and they're really ready to sell that home, they may have $400,000 or $500,000 of equity in that home. And as I've stated before, the way our system is designed right now, for a couple, the capital gains is up to $500,000 before you have to pay taxes on that capital gains as long as you've lived in your house for at least 2 years and it was your principal residence. So, with all these baby boomers retiring, they're retiring and their homes are likely paid off, and they've got, like I said, 400,000 or 500,000 of equity in their home. So they're walking away with all of this cash, and they're turning around and they're buying their next home with cash. So they've really positioned themselves in a really really great spot. And I can't say so much for the millennials. Now I'm a Gen X, and for Gen Xers, we're not doing too bad, but we don't have all of the comforts that the baby boomer generation had. I mean, right now the baby boomers, they're not doing so bad because they've got pensions back. When companies were offering great pensions to their employees. They also have Social Security, which for my generation, I'm not so sure that Gen Xers are going to have pensions, and we may not have Social Security. I know, I think it was like the early 2000s is when pensions started to go away for the Generation X. You know, um, the hospital that I worked for many years, I started off, in the late 90s with a pension. But as I progressed and moved on, the other subsequent hospitals that I worked for, they no longer offered pensions. They offered the 403B, which is equivalent to a 401k if you're in a different industry outside of, healthcare or certain other industries that offer 403B plans. So they position the responsibility of planning for retirement from the employer to the employee. Now, I don't really have an opinion one way or another as to whether or not I agree with that. It just is what it is. So, baby boomers right now, a lot of them are not doing too bad off. Um, The stock market right now, although I don't truly understand the stock market and how well to invest in it, so I don't give any investment advice with regards to the stock market, but there's a lot of people who have done quite well in it. And there are a lot of baby boomers who have done quite well. So, coupled with the value that they've earned from their homes and the good investment stock options that they've made, that has made a lot of new um, millionaires and even multimillionaires in the baby boomer industry. Now, lately, I've also been hearing a lot, and should I say, reading also a lot about this new narrative that's trying to encourage people, or should I say, that are discouraging people from buying homes. I absolutely disagree with the idea or the narrative that you should forego buying a home. I think that it is more difficult for this generation's coming up behind us, behind the baby boomers and behind Gen X to actually buy a home. But I don't think it's impossible. I still think that it is a viable option, and I think that it is one that is worth um, working towards, because majority of people who have accumulated wealth, real estate is definitely a part of their portfolio. Real estate is something that we're never going to make more real estate. So it is always going to be valuable. And 10, 20, 30 years from now, it's just going to continue to increase in value. So if you don't think you can afford a house today, what's going to happen 5, 10 years from now? I believe that home ownership for everyone should be something that you strive towards. And although like I said, it may be a difficult task to get there, it's not impossible. There are things that you can do there. You just have to make a plan, right? You have to set certain goals, certain saving goals, such that you can get into a home that you want, a home that is affordable, a home that's in a decent area. It doesn't have to be a $500,000 home. And I think sometimes people mistake um, needs again for wants. Do you need a home? It would be great, yes, to have a home. If you want to build wealth, yes, you need a home. Because that's part of it. But do you need a $500,000 home? Do you need $1 million home? Absolutely not. You just need a home that is in a decent area, that's nice and affordable. And there are so many programs out there right now that help people get into homes. First time home buyer incentives. There are other programs out there that you and I may not necessarily be aware of, that can help people get into homes. So if you keep watching Financial Fix with Sharnella, soon I'm going to have a mortgage person, a mortgage broker, explain exactly what you need in order to get into a home, and some of the different programs that are offered out there to help people buy their first home. So the baby boomers, going back to the baby boomers, yeah, some of them aren't doing so bad. Yes, are some struggling? For sure, some are struggling. But for the most part, there's a lot of baby boomers that are doing quite well, according to this article. So here, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the National Association of Realtors estimated in April of this year, 2025, that the baby boomer generation accounted for 42% of all home buyers, and with nearly half of all boomers purchasing homes with cash. As I stated before, a lot of these baby boomers, they bought homes back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they've accumulated hundreds of thousands of dollars in wealth just because their homes increased in value over time. So they actually made money in their sleep, and that's definitely one of the ways that you can make money in your sleep. Your home is actually making money for you, as long as you maintain your home and make the necessary repairs and love your home and take care of it. It will definitely make you money. So a lot of these baby boomers, again, They've accumulated a lot of equity in their homes. They sell their homes and then they go buy another home, maybe in a nice, warm environment where they can, retire, and they buy these homes cash. So it's time for you, my viewers, to make a plan for yourself. Home ownership is part of building wealth. In addition to saving and investing in the right investment tools that's going to help you get to the future that you want to be in. So, in the future, not only am I going to bring on a mortgage broker, but I'm also going to bring an investment broker to you so that you can help understand some of the ways that you too can invest to build a better and brighter financial future for yourself. So, thank you for watching Financial Fix with Sharnella. I hope that the information that I provided to you was of some value. Essentially, what I want to leave you with is this. You may think that you can't afford a home and that you'll never be able to afford a home in the position that you're in right now. So, what I'm here to tell you is you need to move out of that position. We need to get you to a place where you've created multiple streams of income so that you're not just depending on your job as a single source of income that may not be enough to provide the lifestyle that you want or to put you in a position where you can save and invest as well as purchase a home. So continue watching my channel because on many occasions I have different workshops available that I have that teach people how to build wealth. I'm also a financial coach, and everyone is different. Everyone's situation is unique. And as a financial coach, that's what I do. I find out what are the unique challenges with regards to your particular situation. And I help you work through those challenges, and I help you establish a plan. I help you establish a plan to build wealth. So if you're interested, reach out to me, Sharnella@sharnellaclark.com. That's my email. You can shoot me an email and share with me what some of your challenges are. And then let's have a discussion about how I might be able to help you get on the path to home ownership and also on the path to wealth building. Thanks again for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.